From here, actually, the Print Shop, little tavern in Fort Mill. This is the York County Democratic Party YouTube show and podcast. We call it YCDP TV. So, hey, everybody, I'm Gary Pierce, and this is episode 18. Matt Vilardebo announces his run for South Carolina House from District 26. That is the Fort Mill area. Matt ran for this office back in 2022. He didn't make it, of course. But this year, the incumbent, Raye Felder, she's a Republican, has announced that she is retiring. She's not running for the seat again, and that means the seat is going to be open, and that means that a Democrat might have a better shot at a wide open seat. This is Matt's announcement to run in the Democratic primary, and that's coming up on June 11th. Now, so far, nobody else has announced their intention to run for that seat in the Democratic primary. There's at least two other people angling for the Republican nomination, and that might be fun to watch. The filing deadline isn't until April 1st, so someone else might announce before then. And in fact, the filing window, the beginning of filing, doesn't even open until March 16th. So nobody has officially filed to run for any of these offices that have their primaries coming up in June. And somebody certainly could announce to run against Matt. And of course, the York County Democratic policy is that we don't endorse primary candidates. We're happy to get the word out. So we're not endorsing Matt. We're just helping him broadcast his candidacy. And we'll do that for any bona fide Democratic candidates until the primary or until April 1st if nobody else files. Because if nobody files by April 1st, the deadline, then Matt would be declared the candidate. So well, we'll see what happens. And that goes for any Democratic candidate for any of the offices that are up for election this year. And what are those offices, you asked? Well, I'm glad you asked. Most of them are listed on our website. Our website is yorkscdems.org, yorkscdems.org, or if you prefer, a little bit easier, YCDP.us. Or even YorkCountyDemocraticParty.org. All those addresses will get you to the website. And once you're there, you want the page titled Meet the Candidates. Now, it's kind of empty right now. Of course, Joe Biden won the presidential primary, the first in the nation presidential primary, back on February 3rd. But all the rest of the offices have their primaries on June 11th, with the usual 2 weeks of early voting and some absentee voting going on before that. And we'll be filling up the webpage as we know about candidates who've announced or filed. And if you're announcing your intention to run, give us a call. The number's on the website, right at the bottom. And I'll come over and cover your announcement if I can, or at least we'll talk to you on Zoom and you can make your pitch. Now, we hope to talk to all Democratic candidates at least a couple of times between now and the primary. And then after the primary, the York County Democratic Party will be able to endorse your run for office, and we'll want to talk to you some more. We're going to be a pest about it. Okay, you got all that? Good. Now, let's go hear Matt Vilardebo make his announcement to run for South Carolina House from District 26, the Fort Mill area. Take it away, Matt.
I guess the best way to start this is kind of dawn of a new day for us, right? We have received some great news the other month. Raye Felder is retiring, vacating her 12-year held seat. This creates a rare opportunity for a known, respected Democrat to slide in and win that seat, which is what I am here to announce. My name is Matt Vilardebo. I am running for SC 26, and I would like your vote on November 5th. Yeah. For 20 years, the GOP has controlled the government in this state. And during that time, we have watched this state fall to the bottom in education, roads and infrastructure, infant mortality. For those of you who don't know what that means, more babies die in this state immediately after their birth than in, I want to say, 46 other states. These are the sort of metrics we need to change in this state. The GOP has been swindling their supporters for 20 years, thinking they're up there fighting for conservative Republican values. They are not. They're up there fighting culture wars, chasing things that go bump in the night, and red herrings. None of these things exist. Bullying trans kids is not going to further life for the people of South Carolina. Amen. Attacking our LGBTQ plus community is not going to make life better for everybody in South Carolina. And refusing to allow women to take control over their bodies and make their own health care decisions is not going to make life better for all South Carolinians.
Hey, hear, hear.
While Fort Mill itself finds itself in a unique position where we have some of the best schools in the state, the rest of the state continues to languish. We have some of the worst schools in the United States in this state, and nothing has changed. Ellen Weaver has improved nothing. The teacher shortage increased since she has taken over. The teacher shortage will continue to grow under Henry McMaster's administration. Him and his cronies promised by 2024 they would have things figured out with the education system in this state. They will fail on that promise. They will not deliver on that. One of many promises the Republicans continue to fail to deliver on in this state. It is time to have progressive leadership that'll move this state in a future-facing direction. We need to see the roads improve. We need to do away with 10 counties in this state that do not have OBGYNs. People will die under these circumstances in this state. The rhetoric we hear from the right is growing increasingly partisan. This is dangerous for people. People will die if we continue to move along the course we are. Things are getting more dangerous on our roads. Things are getting more dangerous socially. Just yesterday in Kansas City, some maniac with a gun shot up 10 people. In this state, we just made it easier for people to carry and buy guns as long as they're 18. No training required, but yet we're going to tell women what they can do with their bodies in the name of being pro-life. These inconsistencies will not continue once I am elected. Once I'm elected, I will also commit to making myself available to the people of this county, monthly meetings, regular emails, constant communication. No more keeping the people of this county in the dark. No one around in this crowd can tell me what Raye Felder has done in the last 2 legislative sessions. And you know why? Because she never shares it with you. These things need to come to an end. I appreciate everybody for being here today. We've got folks that have come from as far as Charleston and Columbia. We got York County Democrat Party executive board members here today. We've got community members from Paradise here today. Representative John King made the visit. Huge thanks to my campaign manager, Barrett Gruber, who's here with me today also. And thank you all for being here. If you want to know what you can do to help, we've got postcards. They're set up in groups of 10. Grab 2, 3, 4, however many you see fit. Take them home, write a name and address on them, mail them. That's all you got to do. We're going to get the word out, and we're going to move this campaign forward. I'm looking forward to the coming months. There's a lot of work to be done, and I know for some of y'all, you may think November's very far away, but for me, November is a snap away. So June, we have the Republican primary. Right now, I have no primary opponent, and I don't imagine that'll change. We have a Republican primary, and those two are going to fight tooth and nail with each other and hopefully spend all their damn money doing it. So we're going to sit back and raise money until June. You probably won't see a lot of yard signs out until June rolls around. But once it does, it's going to be the same full court press you saw in 2022. You could not come in and out of Fort Mill without seeing Matt Vilardebo's name.
Amen.
And I promise I'm going to lock this town down with my name. And we're going to win on November 5th. And we're going to flip this district. And we're going to bring a real progressive leader to Columbia. Thank you very much, everybody. Grab a beer.
Okay, thank you, Matt. And good luck. Once again, the YCDP is not endorsing Matt at this point. We don't endorse or favor any candidates in the primary. We save that for the general election in November. And if you're planning to run for any office, give us a call at the number at the bottom of the website, and we'll set you up for some coverage here on the pod. And that is it for this episode of YCDP TV. We got some more shows planned pretty soon, so you want to stay tuned. And please get the word out to your Democratic and progressive friends that we exist, and maybe even some Republican friends who aren't consumed by that MAGA cult. I'm Gary Pierce, and we'll see you next time here on YCDP TV. Over and out.